22 men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. Taken in at the 3. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he is just absolutely marvelous to watch throw a football. That's something I could do all day long, watch him throw routes versus air. But he's even more impressive when there are bodies on the field, and he's creating with big throws downfield.
Up to the 20. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Draw play. It's Eckler. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Herbert now. And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
That's returnable now for Smith. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Running left, Taylor shoves him aside. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, this shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Over the middle, that's caught by Taylor. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been...
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Jonathan Taylor taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Commanders are on the board here first in the season opener. And Jonathan Garibay out for the PAT. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Chargers get set to go here for their 2nd drive. They went 3 and out on their 1st drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd and 12, Herbert over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they get another shot here with a 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
From the 36, Fields. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A gain of 14, 1st down Commanders.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
He'll take this to the 46.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And it's now 14-0. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Take it in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Charger football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And why do you go out and trade for a guy like this defensively? Well, an instant impact in your pass rush is reason number 1.
And let's think about it. You want a guy who can create big plays for your team. Takeaways, fumbles, you name it. That's what you want from the big-time player on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll try to pick up the 1st with Eckler. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Smith to return it. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that makes the score 21-0. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From the 10. And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Off play action. Fields steps away. And he's brought down. That puts him in excellent position, 1st and goal after a gain of 19.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Commanders are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And the route is on here in this first half. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Very short kick taken right at the 20. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Once more, here's Eckler. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fielded at the 20. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Washington. Just a fantastic punt return of 80 yards. And the Commanders are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Garibay on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. from the 10. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. L.A. set to take over again on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. A lot of bodies there in the middle of the field, and that one intercepted.
Yeah, he's looking for his tight end running a drag route across the field, and normally you'd like him to work a little bit further outside. Here the throw is a little early, and it winds up in the hands of the defender.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor, 26 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he was already over 100 yards running the football prior to this play, but this run may be his best yet.
I've got to agree with you on that one. We're looking at a guy running with extreme confidence, running in harmony and sync with his blockers. All of them kind of moving as one. And look at the end result. Big plays.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And the L.A. offense ready for this next possession. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. The flag comes in. This might be a free play. Allen's got it over the middle.
Offside, defense.
So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, 38 yards. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season.
Seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work and preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. From way up at the 23. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Dexter Lawrence. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive Looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Half. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Running out of the gun with ETN. And some room to work. And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Travis Etienne, 72 yards. And the Commanders just continue to roll. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now a look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. That is caught. It's Williams. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Give him 32 on the play. Eckler now between the tackles. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Herbert to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feed down complete. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up a third down. A shotgun snap for Herbert. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. A Charger first there as Herbert finds Williams. They'll look to throw here. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the third quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game. Seibert's kick is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know. Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And there he goes again. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Commanders. So how about the game he's having? He had the punt return earlier for a touchdown. Now the kick return to balance things out. And oftentimes, guys who are on punt return and kickoff return, many of them are the same guys. And they're devoted to a return guy who can break big plays. And when that happens and they know it's there, they're going to block that much harder and be that much more skillful, as well as utilizing his talents. And this is what you get. Punt return, kick return, a huge game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. So out come the Chargers. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone. Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Up the middle with Eckler. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. Back now at FedEx Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and 12, Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. Here it's 3rd and 2. Justin Herbert looking to pass. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillendown as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And that will come the offense as they take over. And the Washington offense going back to work. CD, I mean, they have just been scoring at will. It's been score after score after score, and a lot of times we use the term blowout for a lopsided ball game. And this has kind of gone past that. I think we're in historic territory right now.
You nailed it. Historic territory. Perfect phrase for what we are watching. If this were a movie, what kind of rating would we put on it? Who would you allow to watch what we're watching right now? Let's hope this one gets over fast, because this game well decided a long time ago.
From the 50, here's Fields. He's got a man complete. A huge play there for Washington. 42 yards.
Even with the big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Justin Fields keeping it himself from 8 yards out. And the Commanders are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. L.A. readies for its next possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Montez Sweat. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailed by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. To try again after the sack. Herbert has it knocked free. And does Washington have it? They do.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Fields in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. This will go as an 11-yard loss there on 1st and goal. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the 1st down sack. Fields. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now it's Fields off the bootleg. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And this is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that is incomplete.
Giving credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Pulled in at the 24. And he's loose again. And they're going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the fourth, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
From the 10. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you.